Pepper. Come here, Pepper. Come here. Aww. Hey, Gabrielle. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
It's a great way to start off a Mother's Day weekend. Have you been?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of classes.
I am, yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be jumping in.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Just getting a little restless, but, trying to hang in there and abide by the rules and know that this will end and we will all come back stronger and better for it. So that's my philosophy. Yeah. So we'll see. I think the weather is just challenging because it's so beautiful out that you just want to get out and hike. But now you can start hiking again.
Starting today, right?
I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't done it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I might go after class actually for a run and we'll see how it goes.
Where are you thinking of going?
I'm hoping it'll be so hot that it'll be a good time that it'll be clear.
Where are you thinking of going?
Griffith.
Okay.
It's just down the street from here.
Yep. Good.
Yeah. Hi, Jason.
Hey. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm a friend of Kimberly Irving's.
Oh, great. Have I met you before?
Yeah, I came to one of your classes in Lomita. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice thing about Zoom is there's not much limit to capacity, unlike a studio. So the more the merrier.
Definitely.
Anybody have any requests for today's class?
Work on the back, the lower back, the lower back.
In terms of lengthening it?
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you.
You're teaching classes too online, right, Gabrielle?
No, not right now.
Okay.
No, I know. That's why I'm kind of like antsy. I miss the creative side, So, I don't know. Hopefully soon. We'll see.
Hi, Jess.
Hi.
How you doing? Yes, I can hear you.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Oh my goodness, it's Jessica. I wasn't sure which Jess this was.
Look, Mom.
Yay! Happy Mother's Day.
Hi.
Auntie Susan.
Hi. I told her I was going to do yoga.
How's Mason?
It's okay. He's asleep. Yoga starts, I'm going to stop my video.
Okay. Well, I'm going to mute everybody once yoga starts too. Got any requests? We got a request for lower back release. Anything else? Hey, Kathleen.
Is that Kathleen, my Kathleen?
That is your Kathleen. I was just gonna
Hi,
say. I
Tell her
think
I said hi.
she's still connecting to audio.
Okay. That's funny.
Hi, David.
Hi, how are you, Michelle?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. There we go.
Hey, Lori.
Good morning, Michelle.
Morning. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
I'm collecting your requests, so just say them out loud. We got lower back so far. Look at Rebecca tanning on the beach over there. Hey, Kimberly.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Your friend Jason's here.
Yay.
What's up, Kimberly?
He's actually my boyfriend now.
Oh.
But he's shy to get his camera.
Such a strong connection when
He's
we
really cute.
when we went to yoga with you. That was really the beginning.
Oh, really? Am I the matchmaker then? No, I'm kidding. Jill's here. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Karen. Morning.
Good morning.
I'm so lucky I get to see you 2 days in a row. Or more,
I know.
think.
Wow. My back is feeling better.
Good. All right, before I put everybody on mute, shout out your final requests.
Low back.
Double that.
Shoulders.
What's that? Hips? What did I hear before?
Shoulders.
Neck and shoulders? Okay. I'm going to start writing it down on this curtain so I can remember. All right. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. All right. Guys ready for yoga?
Yep.
So remember this class today, in case you didn't receive your newsletter for the month, Moms, this is a gift to you, so please feel free not to donate today. I hope that you have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Hi,
Hi.
Kathleen.
Quick, say your hellos. I'm about to mute everybody.
Kathleen, Abby.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Anna. Hi, Nina. Okay. Oh, can you hear the music, by the way?
Water.
Sorry?
I hear like water.
You hear water?
Yeah.
It sounds like a
Music.
Maybe there's water in the music. Hold on a second.
Okay, now I hear it.
I can hear it.
Yep.
How is the volume on the music?
Low.
It's
I
low?
like I like it.
Oh, yeah, now I can.
Would you like it louder?
I would.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop. I'm upping the volume. How is this?
Good.
Good.
Good. And you can still hear my voice?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Chat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone now. You might have some surprise guests, some cameos by our several dogs that we are taking care of here. Just to forewarn you. I was gonna have us sitting down, but let's begin. Whoops. Yeah, we're recording. All right, let's begin standing up. This honoring mothers today and every day as we should, as well as ourselves and each other. Let's start standing with the feet wider than hips distance. We're going to come into a forward fold by either clasping your hands behind your lower back. This will offer a nice opening in the chest, neck, and shoulders. Or holding opposite elbows as you fold so that you can allow the spine to release as you gently pull the elbows towards the ground. But bend your knees generously. When you come into the forward fold, try to relax the neck as much as possible so the knees bending will support the spine to truly unwind. And as you're folding, allow your weight to shift forward so that it's slightly heavier towards the balls of your feet than your heels. Let your skull be heavy. Notice the way your body is breathing here. Sometimes we can get lightheaded when we hold the breath in a forward fold. Let your knees bend loosely. You might like to sway the spine, especially if you're looking for some spinal release, lower back stretch. You might softly shake and nod your head, giving the neck and shoulders relaxation. But do lift the shoulders up as you let the head fall down. So you're creating space in the neck. And if your hands are interlaced, reach them forward away from your lower back so that you're opening the front of the shoulders. Feel the strength of your legs grounding as you press your feet into the earth and the spine really light. Take a deep inhale and then make any releasing sound through the mouth. Let it feel good. Drink up a full breath in. Keep sipping it in and open the jaw wide. Let it go. Take a couple more deep exhalations. It might feel good to flutter your lips as you breathe out. That can help to relax the mouth, the jaw, the tongue, the face. You might like to cool off if it's warm in your place by sticking out the tongue and opening the mouth wide like a lion's breath, cooling breath. And now as you let the arms go, bend your knees a little bit more and engage the belly as you press down firmly to your feet. Let your head, arms, neck just relax. As you breathe in, to slowly stack your lower vertebrae, bend the middle, beginning to lift up the spine slowly so the head comes up last. And when the crown of your head lifts towards the sky, shrug the shoulders. And then as you exhale, roll them behind you and down a few times. Inhale the shoulders forward and up. Exhale them back and down. Heel toe the feet a little closer together so you can comfortably stand. And then as you relax the shoulders down, just very slowly start to circle the head. So tilt your ear to one shoulder. Gently roll the chin across the chest. Standing tall, grounded through the feet. Make one full circle in one direction and then take it in the opposite direction. Let's really gently, taking your time, so it's about tuning in as well. Checking in with how your neck and shoulders feel, the quality of your breathing, a window to your inner state. As you finish that last circle, please find a comfortable seat. So I'd like to start with a little focusing here. Grounding through your two sitting bones, press into your seat and lift up through the center of your spine. Gently engage the belly so you begin to lift the back ribs as you root the pelvis down. So you feel those simultaneous directions in opposite ways to lengthen the lower spine as the belly firms in. And then as you breathe in, broaden your collarbones, lift your sternum right between them. As you breathe out, soften your shoulder blades down while lifting up through the back of your skull, so that your chin is parallel to the floor, and let your hands rest either on your lap or perhaps left hand on your heart, right hand on your lower belly, helping to tune more inward. And maybe close your eyes. Feeling your breath in and out. Deep breaths. So who do you consider your mother? It might be your biological mother. It might be someone who's been there for you like a mother. And I invite you to think of a quality that comes first from this mother that you now practice that has enriched your life. So an attribute that this mother has either taught you by example or maybe even through challenge, through conflict. And as you think of that quality, I invite you to bring it into your practice today. As you embody it, a means of honoring mother, your mother. But as we move our bodies through space, feeling the elements of air, grounding our bodies to the earth, feeling the earth element, but also flowing like water, the water that's within our bodies as well, water element. We honor earth as mother too, constantly nourishing us. Allow this practice to bring some type of reverence to you that's most genuine and meaningful. And let your means of honoring mother in the way that you choose be also means of honoring yourself. As yoga, meaning union, points out to our oneness. What we do for ourselves, we help to ripple onto each other. So opening up the practice, let's begin a mindful breathing technique called Ujjayi, or victorious breathing. Inhale through the nose deeply, feeling your belly expand, side ribs, chest expand. Close the lips and exhale through the nose slowly, while gently narrowing the back of your throat. As you breathe through the nose, beginning to warm up your body, create a soft whisper through which you can steady your attention on. As well as regulate a balance and calm quality in your breath. Sustaining the breath in and out through your nose. So as you continue to breathe, let's come down onto our backs. Come on, Pepper, you could practice with us too. Lying down with your knees bent. We're going to begin with a heart opener here. We'll start moving in and out, one breath each through bridge pose twice. And then the third time, we'll prepare to lift up and hold for your count of 5 to 8 deep breaths. So having your arms down by your sides, step your feet back so that you can almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Parallel your feet, hips width apart. And as you press the feet down, bring the arms close to your side ribs and inhale to slowly lift the hips, drawing your thighs forward. Parallel your thighs, tilt the chin slightly back. Pepper. And with an exhalation, slowly lower your spine. Come on. Try that one more time. Press the feet down, shoulders grounded. Breathe in to lift your pelvis. Lengthen the tailbone forward, coil the chest up into bridge pose. And with an exhalation, carefully lower one vertebra at a time. So this time, prepare to lift and hold in bridge for your count of 5 to 8 deep breaths. I see the music's too loud. Got it. Come here. So as you're lifting your pelvis this time, think of really stretching the lungs, broadening the chest, lifting the heart. How's that volume? Okay. Nope, still loud. Got it. And then once you've lowered your spine, go ahead and gather your knees into your chest as you lie on your back. And just start to circle the legs either together and apart or in the same direction, just offering some movement as you massage your sacrum, your lower back, and your hips against the ground. How's that volume for the music, Anna? No, still loud? Yeah? Okay. Does that work? I'm getting a thumbs up. Okay. It's much louder than my voice. Huh, that's interesting. I'm getting mixed messages. Some people are saying it's great. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down much more then. So rock and roll sideways or forward and back a few times enough so that you can lift your body upright. And then come down to all fours so that you can lift your hips into downward facing dog. Yeah, you might check your computer because at this point I don't hear any music. Sorry for the drum beat, the puppy. So when you come into downward facing dog, spread your fingers wide on the floor. Come on, you know downward dog, Pepper. And maybe pedal the feet out a few times. Warm up the backs of your legs. Grounding your feet. Shaking and nodding your head. Really feel how you're rooting into the earth through your palms as you point the index fingers forward, paralleling each other. Spread the thumbs flat. Roll your triceps or outer upper arms towards the earth. And then lifting the shoulders up and back. Draw your hips back. All right, I turned up the music just a little bit. I hope that this is a good balance. And then notice your breathing again in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Press through your hands and inhale, raise the right leg up behind you. As you exhale, bend the knee, turn open at the hip, and just take some movement at the hip joint by rotating the thigh bone a few times in opposite directions. Let your head hang. Continue to actively press the mat with your hands. And then take a deep breath in as you straighten the right leg behind you, turning the right hip down. Exhaling, softly land the right foot just inside of your right hand, coming into a lunge. Whether the back knee is on the ground or the back knee is lifted, allow your shoulders to relax down away from your neck. So let's add some movement here. Bending the front knee, take a deep breath. Allow your pelvis to slightly sink towards the ground. Then exhaling, gently scissor the right hip back towards straightening the right leg, just the degree that you can bow forward inside of it with a long spine without rounding the back. Let's flow in and out. Inhale, bend the front knee again into a lunge. Drawing the right hip back. Exhale, extend your heart forward as you bow towards Mother Earth. Inhale, lunge again. Exhale, scissor the right hip back and fold. This time, inhale, lunge. Now let's set up for a twist. Firm your right foot still so your right knee and toes are pointing forward. Press your hands on top of your right thigh close to the hip. And then start to turn your chest to the right. Try to balance the height of your left and right hip. So you're not rotating the pelvis, but you're isolating the rotation of your rib cage as though it were the earth globe spinning on the axis of your spine. Let's take a few breaths as you sink the right hip towards the ground. If your back knee is lifted off the floor, lift the left thigh and firm the left heel back. With each inhalation, draw your spine forward, lengthening it from the pelvis. Feel the space in the lower back as you continue to twist on the exhale. Using the side muscles of your waist to turn the chest open, relax the shoulders away from the neck, and let's take one more breath in here. Now look at the floor inside of your right foot. Do set your left knee down if it's not, and scoot your right foot over to the right about 3 more inches so you can plant both hands inside of your right leg. On the floor, maybe on a block. Now flexing your right foot, stabilize your right knee, and gently splay open your right thigh. So now you're leaning on the knife outer edge of your right foot without rolling onto the outer ankle. Breathe in and expand your heart space forward. Breathe out, relaxing the shoulders. Gently draw your right outer hip back in this position. If you want a deeper sensation in that right outer hip, you might go lower onto your forearms, as long as it doesn't add tension to your body in some way. Let's take 3 more full breaths, listening to the path of the inhale. Stretch as long as the path of the exhale. Nurturing a feeling of flow and smoothness, like pouring water in and out. Now, as you step onto your hands again, plant them flat and let's go back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, stretching the spine as you draw your weight towards the rear of your mat. Take a deep breath. Relax the neck, let the head go. Firming down through fingers spread. Inhale, raise your left leg. As you exhale, bend the knee, turn open at the hip, and then add some gentle movement like circling your left thigh bone at the hip socket in both directions. Notice your breathing, still calm. Notice both arms still equally long. Then inhale, straighten the left leg and turn your left outer hip down. As you exhale, softly step the left foot forward just inside of your left hand. Come into a lunge of your choice, whether the back knee is lifted or on the floor for more access. As you breathe in, feel your pelvis slightly sink towards the ground. As you breathe out, scissor your left outer hip back towards straightening the left leg, just the degree that you can bow with a feeling of a flat back. Let's continue. Inhale, bend to lunge. Exhale, scissor the left hip back and fold. Flowing to the breath like water. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, scissor and fold. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, scissor and fold. This time, come into the lunge, stacking the front knee over the heel, pointing the left knee and middle toe directly forward. Firm the left foot still. Place your left hand on the very top of your left thigh. Level out your 2 hips. Then begin to turn your rib cage to face the left. Sliding your shoulder blades down your back, lengthen the top of your head forward. If your back knee is off the floor, firm your right heel back, lifting the right thigh away from your mat as you continue to sink the left hip down, balancing the 2 hips. Breathe in and lengthen your spine from the pelvis. Breathe out, hollow your belly, continue to twist, turning your chest to the left. Relaxing the jaw, the face, the shoulders away from the neck. Let's take a couple more breaths here in this spinal releasing twist. Now look down inside of your left foot, set your right knee down, scoot your left foot about 3 more inches to the left, placing your 2 hands inside of that leg on the floor. Flex your left foot to stabilize your left knee while splaying open your left thigh, so you're just leaning on the outer edge of your left foot without collapsing onto the outer ankle. Breathe in, extend your heart center forward. Breathe out. Gently scissor your left outer hip back. If you're looking for more depth in this hip opener, come down onto your forearms and let's give it 3 more deep breaths to unwind. So what was that quality that you feel you've inherited or learned from your mother that has helped you enrich your life and help you feel empowered in some way? What is that you continue to cultivate here in the practice today? Bring it forth. Let's press the hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. So let's enter a modified vinyasa, because as we flow through several vinyasas after this, you'll have the option to modify it in this way if you prefer. So from downward dog, come down to hands and knees and modified plank. So your knees are right under your hips, your wrists are right under your shoulders, and you're rebounding your weight off the floor through your hands, looking forward on the ground. Lift the navel, engage the belly, and as you exhale, shift forward before bending the elbows back to hug your side ribs, lowering your chin to the floor first. Slide your chest and belly, then legs flat on the mat. See that your wrists are alongside your floating ribs. Then continue to hug your elbows close to your sides and ground your pelvis and your pointed toes on the mat. Breathing in, coil your chest up through the use of your back muscles. Look slightly down, couple more breaths, baby cobra. Feel the space in the back of your neck. As pressing down to your hands, lift up to all fours again, tucking your toes, engage your belly to help you lift your hips high and back to downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here. In downward dog, first and foremost, you want to feel the fullest length of your spine. And that might require bending your knees, maybe even a lot more in the beginning, so that you could truly root down through your hands and lift the hips up and back, lift the shoulders up and back. Now take a deep breath and bend your knees a lot, looking forward. Exhale and walk to the front of your mat to stand in a forward fold. Keep your feet hips width or wider, parallel the feet. Bend your knees at least a little bit. If you're working with any tightness in the lower back, bend your knees a lot, and you can always use your hands to press up and down your legs. Inhale, lift the chest forward, lengthening your spine as you firm the belly in. Exhale, shift forward and fold. From down to your feet, inhale, sweep your arms overhead towards the sky above. Watch your palms meet. Then exhale, join your hands at your heart center, this gesture of union, gesture of gratitude. Let's flow through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, press the ground of your legs to lift the chest and lengthen the spine. Plant your hands flat, step into your version of plank, knees on the ground or legs straight. Either take the modified vinyasa or this time shift forward, pass through chaturanga where the elbows bend 90 degrees, lower all the way for cobra, or untuck the toes and firm the legs to upward facing dog. Exhale, engage your belly as you press down with your hands to lift the hips back. Downward facing dog. Let's take 3 to 5 breaths. So as we hold, still in this posture, give yourself a moment to slow down your breathing. Set a pace to move mindfully in your body as we start to connect more continuously, one breath, each movement, energizing and warming up. With very bent knees, look ahead of your hands. At the end of your exhalation, hold the breath out if you can and walk or float to the top. Forward folds. Then inhale, lift your heart, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, fold in. Root down through your legs. Inhale, rise up, watching your palms touch. Exhale, join your palms together at your heart. Let's take 2 more rounds of sun salutation A. It's a salute to a huge source of life, the sun. But perhaps your mother can be that source as well. So inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. Step back to your plank. If jumping back is part of your vinyasa, make sure you land with your elbows already bent at right angles. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Engage the belly as you lift the hips back to downward facing dog. 3 to 5 deep breaths. As you root through your hands, feel stability to protect your wrists by spreading your weight through all the knuckles of your fingertips. Especially root down between your thumb and index fingers and shift your weight back towards the rear of your mat. Now with very bent knees, look forward in front of your hands. At the bottom of your exhalation, lightly land at the top, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold in. Root into the earth. Inhale, rise towards the sky. Feel the spaciousness. Then exhale, join your hands at your heart. One more time. Inhale, sweep the space around you. Exhale, bow in towards the earth and self. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen forward. Step or lightly jump back, your choice of vinyasa. Breathe in as you lift the heart in cobra or upward facing. Engage the belly as you lift the hips back to downward facing. Now in downward facing dog, spin your left heel down by turning out your left foot. Step your right foot forward directly between your hands. See that your right heel aligns to the arch of your left foot. Your left toes are slightly facing the front of your mat. Bending your right knee just over the heel, press through both of your feet and cartwheel your arms to rise up so that your chest faces the left wall. Warrior two. Now, if you're looking for more rigor in this posture, have a wide enough stance where you could bend your right knee to a right angle. Wrap your right outer hip slightly underneath your body so that your tailbone directs towards the ground below. Balance your pelvis by firming the top of your left thigh bone back. Feel the pelvis like a bowl sitting upright, the spine lengthening upright. How's your breathing? As you open up the arms, a symbol of radiating energy from your heart space, reaching through the fingertips, steady your gaze. Just beyond the right hand, let's take 3 more breaths in this grounding posture. Virabhadrasana 2. Now, as you firm down through both feet, keep the arms wide open and straighten both legs as we prepare for triangle pose. You might like to shorten your stance a couple inches to help balance. Slide your hips sideways towards the rear of your mat while reaching your right hand towards the front of your mat. Go as far forward as you can so you're lengthening the right side of your torso. As you decide how low to place your right hand on your leg or just to the right of your leg directly under your right shoulder. Now continue to roll the right outer hip under your body. And as you're leaning towards the front of your mat, draw your tailbone actively towards the rear of your mat, your left outer heel. Raise the left arm up, and from the left shoulder, rotate the tricep to face the left wall, that's the pinky finger side, and sweep the left arm overhead. Continue to draw the shoulder blades down your back, lengthening the left side body here. If it feels okay on your neck, look up past your left elbow and turn your chest slightly towards the sky. Let's take a few more breaths. So I was online looking up what are some good poses to honor mothers today. And there was a joke. This posture was called holding down the baby while throwing the diaper in the trash can. Haha. Take a deep breath here and extend a triangle pose. Now look down at your right foot and cartwheel your 2 hands, step to plank. You can either step back to downward dog if you want to add more heat. Go ahead and lower through another vinyasa of choice. You could also revert to cat-cow, where your hands and knees are on the floor. Downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath. So fingers spread, stability through the palms. Spin the right heel down by turning out your right foot. Step your left foot forward directly between your hands. Align your left heel to intersect the arch of your right foot as you turn your right toes slightly forward. Bend the front knee over the heel and firm through the legs as you windmill your arms to rise into Warrior Two. Remember, if you're looking for more rigor here, you could widen your stance enough to bend the front knee 90 degrees. Wrapping your left outer hip underneath your body, direct the tailbone down. While firming the top of your right thigh bone back, orient your pelvic bowl upright. Feel the full length of your spine. Ease in your breath as you relax the shoulders. Lengthen through your arms, radiating from the heart space past your fingertips. Steady your eyes for another 3 deep breaths. Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Now straightening both legs, firm down through your feet, and you might shorten your stance a couple inches as we prepare for triangle pose. Keep the arms wide open, spine tall. Slide your hips sideways towards the back edge of your mat. While reaching your left hand past your left knee, so you're lengthening the left side of your torso as you decide how low to place your left hand, either onto your left leg or try to the left side of your leg. And remember, if it feels too low, that there's compression happening in that left side of the lower back, come up higher with your left hand. You can always adjust that. You want to find the most space, though you might be deepening the stretch. So from the right shoulder, rotate your right tricep to face the right wall. Pinky finger towards the right wall. Reach the right arm overhead towards the front of your mat. And draw the shoulder blades down your back. Feel the even weight through your feet as you turn your chest slightly towards the sky, maybe looking up past your right elbow. Last 3 breaths. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Lowering your hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog, or if you like, go ahead and flow through another vinyasa. Cat-cow is an option too. From downward facing dog, walk your hands back towards your feet, folding over your legs. We're going to give the wrists a stretch in Padahastasana. Make sure the feet are parallel, hips distance apart. Then bend your knees as much as you need in order to lift your toes and slip your palms face up under the soles of your feet, giving your outer wrists and forearms a stretch. Shifting more weight forward. Inhale, lift your heart and press it through the gates of your arms. Keep shifting forward as you exhale to hinge from your hips and completely drop your head, floating the shoulders up away from the neck. Padahastasana. Let's try once more. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the sides of your neck and the sides of your waist. Keep all of that length as you hinge forward to bow. Take a deep inhale, flutter the lips or sigh it out. Might feel good to shake and nod the head softly here, releasing the neck and shoulders and all of the back body. Then slip the palms out from underneath. Keep your feet hips width parallel. Then bend your knees. Keep your thighs hips width parallel. Shift your weight towards your heels. Bring your arms just forward. Now look down and see that you can see your toes because you're gliding the shin bones back enough. Then begin to look forward. Hug the bottom of the front ribs in. Feel your tailbone descend as you lengthen the lower back. And only lift your arms to the height towards overhead where you can keep relaxing the shoulders as you lift the heart for one more breath. Modified chair pose. Then press down through all of your feet and exhale to rise up. So we're going to start a new flow here. Let's step up to the top of the mat, bringing your feet to touch for full chair, or if you prefer the modified version, do the same, hips width parallel. Here we go. One inhale, sink your hips low in chair pose. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen forward. Step to plank, insert your vinyasa, or hold plank, then go to downward facing dog. You've got a lot of choices. What does your body need today? What does your mind need today? How about your spirit? From downward facing dog, Inhale, raise the right leg behind you, level your 2 hips. As you exhale, contract your belly to very softly land the foot forward to the right enough so your feet are hips width apart as you spin the back heel down. Keeping your hips facing forward, all of your feet on the earth, press through your feet and raise your arms into Warrior One. So as you're bending the front knee, just like a lunge, ground the back heel and straighten the back leg. Both hips are facing forward. Take a breath in as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your elbows apart and slide your shoulder blades down your back, lifting the heart like a cactus shape. Take another inhale and cross the right elbow over the left elbow, either hooking the thumbs or wrapping the forearms and palms. This will open up the back of the heart space. Feel your shoulder blades broadening as you gently press your forearms forward and draw the shoulder heads down. If able to, balance here, try tilting your chest up slightly. A little bit of a back bend, though you're opening the back area. Take another breath. Now, as you continue to scissor your right hip back, your left hip forward, keep the hips squared and lean forward just diagonally, firming the belly towards the spine. Look ahead of your mats. Take another breath here. Gently lift the back heel and start to lean into Warrior Three. Now, that's an option. If you want to keep the left foot on the floor, feel free. Warrior Three, you lift the left leg and flex the foot so your left leg and spine are parallel to the floor. Turning the left outer hip down and tacking the right hip back. Now, bending the right knee, slowly windmill the arms and land Warrior Two, stepping the left foot to the rear of your mat. So you've been here before, aligning right heel to arch your left foot. Take a deep breath. Now wrap the left arm behind your back, opening the front of your left shoulder. You might catch the top of your right thigh, you might not, doesn't matter. Sweep the right palm overhead and into Peaceful Warrior. A lateral bend, opening the right side body. Take a deep inhale here. Then exhale, windmill your hands to the floor. Whether you flow into your version of vinyasa or step back to downward dog, we'll meet there. Deep breaths. Downward facing dog. Feel the stability through your fingers spread. Stabilize your center by squaring your hips. And inhale, raise the left leg back. Engage the belly to softly land the left foot forward into a lunge, feet or hips width. Then spin the back heel down, keeping the hips facing forward. Press to your feet. Inhale, rise with the arms overhead in Warrior One. Stay a moment as we feel the alignment of your hips, both facing forward, both feet entirely on the ground, back leg straight, front knee bent. On an exhale, bend the elbows apart like a cactus, lifting the heart as you slide the shoulder blades down your back. On an inhale, cross the left elbow over the right elbow, either hooking your thumbs or wrapping your forearms and palms. Feel the broadening across your shoulder blades. Sliding the shoulders down, lifting through the neck. Press the forearms gently away from your face. You have the option of adding a slight back bend here by tilting the heart up. Take another deep breath. Keep your hips facing forward as though you're scissoring the legs. And as you engage the belly, lean forward to a diagonal. Spot ahead of your mat on the floor. Breathe. Either stay here or begin to lift the right heel and lean into Warrior Three. Flexing the right foot to stabilize your balance. Turn the right hip down. Tack the left hip back. Breathe. Warrior Three. Bending the left knee, cartwheel the arms apart to land Warrior Two. Sink into it. Wrap the right arm behind your back. Maybe it catches the top of your left thigh. Sweep the left palm overhead towards the rear of your mat. Into a side bend. Feel the breath expand the left side of your torso. On an exhale, windmill your hands to the earth and do what you like. Rest, cat-cow, vinyasa, straight to down dog. We'll meet in downward facing for a few breaths. Breathe in. Release, breathe out. Take it all in. And clear it out. Bend your knees, look forward. At the end of your exhalation, think of lifting your pelvic floor to lightly land at the top of your mat. Feet touch if you're taking full chair. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Knees touch if full chair. Inhale, bend the knees in chair pose. Exhale to rise up. So now we've established the route in a semi-flow. Let's flow through it once continuously. Getting into a moving meditation as you focus mostly on your breathing and let your body follow. You ready for it, Dillinger? There we go. Knees bend. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Step or float back to your vinyasa. Meet us in downward dog. Deep breaths. From downward facing. Inhale, raise the right leg. Square the hips. Exhale, land the foot forward to a lunge, feet hips width, then drop the back heel. Inhale, rise to warrior one. Exhale, cactus, the arms apart, lift the heart. Inhale, cross right elbow over left, wrapping the arms. Exhale, tilt forward, stay here, or inhale, shift forward to warrior three. Stay in warrior three as you breathe out. Then inhale, land the left foot back, cartwheel the arms to warrior two. Exhale, wrap the left arm behind, sweep the right arm overhead, peaceful warrior. Inhale, touch the ground with two hands in plank, then decide where you want to go. Flow or straight to downward dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Second side. Inhale, raise your left leg, squaring your hips. Exhale, lightly step it forward to a lunge, but spin the right heel down. Inhale, rise to warrior one. Exhale, cactus, the arms apart. Inhale, cross left elbow over right. And exhale, lean forward, stay here. Or inhale, shift forward to warrior three, flexing the right foot. Stay as you exhale and lengthen. Bend the left knee. Inhale, cartwheel the arms to land warrior two. Wrap the right arm behind. Exhale, sweep the left palm overhead to peaceful warrior. Inhale, touch the ground with both hands and lower as you choose. Flow, be still, downward dog, child's pose. What do you need right now as you nurture yourself? And where you choose to be still, let's take 3 to 5 rebalancing breaths. Bending your knees, look ahead of your hands. Walk or float at the bottom of your exhale. Breathe in to lift your heart and lengthen forward. Exhale to fold in. With knees bent, inhale into chair pose. Now stay in chair, cactus the arms, and cross right elbow over left. Hook your thumbs or wrap the forearms and palms. Soften the shoulders down, elbows to the height of the shoulders. Now shift your weight onto your right foot. Turn out your left leg. Flex the left foot as you raise it, crossing the left leg over the right or wrapping the left toes behind the right calf. Gently scissor your left hip back until both hips are evenly facing forward, and then sit a little lower. Feel the support of the earth under your body. Feel the support of your breath, taking it in and letting go of what's no longer needed. Steady your eyes. Feel your own focus, your own presence. For 2 more breaths here in eagle pose. So what does it feel like to take off, to take flight like an eagle? Take a deep breath And then just unwind the arms and legs. Let it go. And set it down. Maybe shake it out. Dance it out. All right, side 2. Bring your feet to touch. Bend your knees to touch, chair pose. Then cactus your arms apart. This time cross the left elbow over the right. Hook the thumbs or wrap the forearms and palms. Press the shoulder blades down your back as you lift the elbows towards the height of your shoulders. Breathe, steady your gaze. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Turn out your right leg and flex the right foot as you wrap the right leg over the left or tuck the toes behind the calf. Scissor the right hip back to re-square the hips and find the center line of your body. Breathe. Sink your hips a little lower. Feel closer to Mother Earth as you lift your heart towards the sky. So eagle is a wonderful representation of vision. Very much so in Native American culture and totem poles. So this sense of vision, a sense of freedom through vision, let's release out of it. Take a deep breath in, open up your wings, and let it go. All right, everyone. We're gonna go upside down for a bit, and I'm gonna lead you through a wide-legged forward fold with the option to go into a headstand. Now, of course, if that's not part of your practice, the headstand, you stay in the wide-legged forward fold. But if you do have a different heating inversion, like if you have a wall nearby and you like to practice jumping up into handstand or coming into forearm balance or headstand, feel free to take that in place of what we're about to do for the next few minutes. Otherwise, find the wide width of your mat, face it, stand in the middle, and then step your feet apart wide, much wider than shoulders distance. Make sure that your feet are parallel, then bring your hands to your hips. Roll the shoulders back and down as you lift the chest, breathing in. Hinge from your hips and exhale to fold. Lower your fingertips, and if the ground's too low and you don't have blocks to lower your hands on, you could either bend your knees more or step the feet wider apart, or both. Now, tilting your weight forward so it's a little heavier on the balls of your feet than your heels, extend your heart forward. Feel the space in your neck. Walk your hands back as you fold deeper, keeping your fingertips facing forward in the same direction as your toes are facing. You might be able to walk the hands in line with your toes. Maybe behind the heels where you start to bend the elbows 90 degrees, just like you would when you're lowering from plank into Chaturanga Dandasana. If you're able to bend the elbows 90 degrees and lower the very top of your head towards the ground, push the ground away with your hands and feel your shoulders rise away from your neck. Feel all that space in your neck. If you're going into headstand, you want to make sure to maintain that space in your neck. Much of the weight is on your hands. Now you can stay here, get out a twist and hug a calf in the other, or if you're going towards tripod headstand, keep the arms parallel. Start to place one knee on one upper arm, then the other knee on one upper arm, and you're already there. Engage the belly. Now if you want to straighten the legs, engage the belly and tilt the pelvis completely upside down. You might start by bending the knees towards the belly, then unfolding the legs straight, flexing the feet. How's your breathing? So whatever upside down posture you're in, give yourself a few more breaths. We'll eventually meet in child's pose. So if you've been upside down for a while, careful not to lift your head up too quickly, as you can get lightheaded. You want to just take your time, come up halfway first, or roll the spine very slowly. If your feet are off the ground, start to lower them. If you're in a wide-legged forward fold, bend your knees a lot and bring your hands to your hips. Then leading with your chest, breathe in to slowly rise up to stand. So however you get there, let's meet for a few breaths in child's pose. If you're already there, you can start a side stretch, walking both hands over to the right, reaching outside of your mat, and holding there for a few breaths, opening up the left side of your torso. And even focusing on breathing deeper into the left side of your torso. And walking your hands over to the left after a few breaths, and opening up the right side of your torso with the focus of your breath too. And then as you walk your hands through center, press your hands on the floor and tuck your chin to your chest. Breathe in to slowly roll your spine upright, and we're going to prepare for one round of camel as we progressively wind down through the heart openers. So camel pose, come to stand on your knees, and if you need more cushion, you can fold your mat thicker right under your knees. Separate your knees hips distance and tuck your toes behind you. Place your hands on your lower back so your fingertips are pointing down, encouraging your tailbone to anchor downward towards the space between your knees. Now be mindful of keeping your pelvis right above your knees and not this, which is behind the knees when you get into the posture. So gently with your hands, press the hips forward so they stay there. Then lift the back ribs with the intention of lengthening your lower back as you firm the belly in slightly. Hug your elbows close together and feel your chest broaden. Then draw the shoulder blades down your back, and right under your shoulder blades, bend the back by tilting the chest up. 5 or more deep breaths. You could stay here, or if you're able to reach for one heel while keeping your hips above your knees, you can do that, then switch. Or both heels, holding your heels like baseballs as you lift your heart up. Feel the expansion across your heart space, lifting the sternum. Now, when you decide to come out of camel or Ustrasana, place your hands on your lower back, contract your abdomen to help you slowly roll your spine upright. Then find a comfortable seat to pause, maybe placing both hands on your heart and closing your eyes. Just feeling what's present as you breathe here. So toning it down a bit, we're going to come down onto our stomachs for bow, one of my favorite postures for enhancing digestion. So come down onto your stomach, bring your knees close together. Now, if you have lower back issues right now, it might not feel great to come into bow, and instead, you could take interlacing the fingers behind the back and keeping the legs straight, whether the feet stay on the ground or they lift up to you, and that's bound locust instead. If you're going into bow, bend both knees, catch hold of your outer feet with both hands, kick your legs towards straight while pulling your feet to lift your knees off the ground. Either of these postures, try to keep your knees from splaying apart wider than your hips. Coiling the chest up without cranking the neck, take 5 or so breaths before you release everything to the ground to rest. When you lower everything to the ground, you might even like to make a pillow out of your forearms to rest your head on top. And for a little bit of a massage for your lower back, you could bend your knees and gently drop both shins to the right, to the left, a few times. Take a slow breath into your belly. Exhale to your mouth. Again, deeply inhale into your stomach. Out to your mouth. Now from here, let's just turn over onto our backs for the last heart opening posture that we actually already practiced in the beginning, which is bridge pose. But if you prefer to take upward bow, you could place your hands alongside your ears. Just make sure to keep your arms parallel, legs parallel. Otherwise, bridge pose is where the arms are down by your sides. You lift the pelvis, slide the upper arms under the back ribs, and maybe interlace the fingers. 5 or more deep breaths. Feel your lungs expanding with each inhalation. As you oxygenate every cell in your body, feel the complete release of the exhale, a constant purification process. Through the magnificence of your lungs, this amazing body full of systems that work together in oneness. When you decide to lower, gently one vertebra at a time. Bend your right knee into your chest. Slide your left leg forward on the ground and scoot your hips closer to the right edge of your mat, just a couple inches. Slide your right arm wide to the right, pressing the shoulder down as you twist slowly to your left. Turning your head to the right, make sure the right shoulder stays on the floor. Holding the twist for just a few more long breaths. Focus on tilting your right outer hip away from your belly and towards your left foot. The slight internal action, tractioning your lower back. At the end of this breath, gently roll onto your back to center. Then slide the right leg forward, bend the left knee into your chest. Scoot your hips a little closer to the left side of your mat and open your left arm wide. Ground your left shoulder and begin to twist to your right. Only going as far into the twist as you can keep the shoulder on the floor. Turning the head to your left. Focus on tilting your left outer hip towards your right foot, away from your waist. Offering a stretch into your lower back. Deep breaths. As you come back to center, take just half a minute to lift your legs in the most restful manner to help you cool down. Whether you bend the knees, come into happy baby, grounding the tailbone, lift the legs up, maybe a shoulder stand briefly. Any way that just feels good to add a cherry on top before we rest in Shavasana. Carefully lower your body into a comfortable position to be still in. If your body is completely on the ground, take up space, splay out your arms and legs, close your eyes. Feel the weight of your feet on the floor, the weight of your pelvis on the ground, the weight of your shoulders, wrists, skull, settling into the earth. Allow your breath to release into its natural rhythm. As you continue to tune in to your body and breathing, gently begin to move your fingers, toes, ease into a simple stretch. In your own way, whether turning over to one side or rolling forward, gradually lift your body upright to sit for a couple of minutes in a visualization. As you're sitting, ground into your seat. Feel the posture of your body, alert yet relaxed. Either rest your hands on your lap or place your two palms to rest at your heart. Close your eyes or half gaze down to direct your focus inward. Now feel your body breathing naturally still. As you honor whom or what you consider your mother, I invite you to see their image in front of you. In genuine appreciation, begin to see a warm light forming at the center of your heart, like the color of sunshine. Feeling the warmth of that. Begin to illuminate across from you into Mother in front of you, entering into your mother's heart. And with that warmth, the feeling of genuine appreciation. Feel your connection through that warm light. From your heart to Mother's heart. Softly begin to deepen your breath. As you exhale through the lips, hear your breath. Joining your palms at heart center. Let's close together with one chant of Om. Take a deep breath in. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.